Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today I want to know what's the best run you've ever had on the Magic deck, or at least what's the best start you've ever had. You start with a crystal ball and 2 fools. It can be a little bit tricky figuring out what's the best way to use the fools. One thing you might try to do is open early booster packs, open Arcana and Celestial packs earlier than you might otherwise. That way it gives you something to do with the fools. Here we've gone for the round 1 skip. Round 1 you skip for the Mega Arcana Pack. Mega Arcana Pack gives us 5 options to copy. We could copy, for example, the Magician and just start out with 6 lucky cards. Could be a strong start. We could copy the Hermit with the Fools, or we can go Judgment. Judgment gives us a Joker, and since we are playing on the gold stake, we don't have to worry about Eternals or Rentals or Perishables, and we can copy Judgment with Fools. We can go into the big blind with 3 Jokers already. First Judgment here, I actually already know what it gives us because when you exit out to the menu, it resets the booster pack, but there you go. What about starting with a trading card? And we could use the Fools for more Judgment, but I think I'm going to use the Fools for Hermit instead. Alright, is this going to be a difficult run? Probably not. Is this going to be an educational run? Also probably not. Is this going to be a fun run? I guess we'll find out. So with the Fools here on the Hermits, I'm not going to use them right away. I guess I can play this round first, and then when we have more money, then I can use the Fools. I have 7s and 3s here as a full house. I can snap off the 2. We didn't play the small blind, so for the boss that's going to debuff all my cards. It just matters what we play here. Let's go play the full house. And then what? We could go for diamonds as a flush. We could go... That's probably our best bet. Let's go diamonds. Alright, ship it. $3 from the trading card, that takes us up to 11, so we get an extra $1 of interest. $8 takes me to 19. Probably now we do use the Fools. Yeah. Alright. Do I want to pick up the World? I can make a bunch of spades. This is pretty good too, Jolly Joker. Early? Let's try the Buffoon pack. Let's go standard pack first. Standard pack, I could pick up a gold card, maybe a gold 6. Sure. And then the Buffoon pack. Could take a photograph. No strings attached photograph. I could use the World and make a bunch of spades into face cards. Sorry, make a bunch of face cards into spades. Could go Jolly Joker here. If I use the Hermit, I can reroll. I think I don't need to reroll. I think I do take Jolly Joker, and maybe we don't need the magic trick. Let's go next. Alright. We did pick up a gold 6, and so maybe I want to keep the 6s. Maybe I want to do something like 6s and face cards as a flush house. Maybe I want to remove the 6 anyway. I could use the World on the 7s and aces and then set up a flush house that way. Maybe this is the run we do the flush house this time. Notably here, I'm not using the World on the face cards, and that's probably okay. Snap off the 6. If we draw a Jack, we can try to set up the flush house that way. If we don't get the Jack, aces and 7s, that's good enough. With the trading card, we can set up some other kind of different flush house later. That's fine. Go ahead and use the Hermit here and then ship it. The advantage of using the Hermit now, there could be another Hermit in the shop, and I don't want it to get blocked. There's a very small chance of that happening, but it's technically possible. Okay, now... we could take Pareidolia. That's good with photograph, but it's perishable, so we probably don't need that. We could go Buffoon pack. Could take Riffraff as a value generator. So probably we don't need the photograph right now. That's something that we can pick up later. So get rid of the photograph. Do I want the bus? Usually if I'm playing on a gold stake, that's something that I want. Maybe if I have a riffraff, I feel I don't need the bus. I can take a blank voucher. Celestial pack. Sorry, this boss said clubs debuffed. So, alright, we can take Jupiter. We could do spade flushes in the short term, and then we can upgrade to flush houses later. Go one more. There's an idol. Too early for the idol. Go one more. We'll take a shortcut. Actually, no. Eternal we can't do. So, long term, the project that we're working on, we want to get gold stake wins on every deck without any Joker stickers. So, we do need to sell all our Jokers at the end. We can't take Eternals at all. In that case, re-rolling one more takes me down to 24. I do get $3 from the trading card, but I think I'm just going to go next. Grimbo, Shoot the Moon. So Shoot the Moon, that's another thing that we could do. We could do queens in the short term, and then if we have a bunch of queens, upgrade to a 4 of a kind or flush house later. Definitely, I'm going to snap off the 3 here. And I think, do we want to develop Grimbo a little bit? Maybe a little bit. Sure. Play the pair of 6s. And a pair of aces. That wins. Alright, Grimbo being holographic is fine. I'm not going to work too hard for this because we also have trading card. But I do think we need to sell something here. Could take square with Grimbo. So that's like a pretty solid, pretty safe gold stake plan. And we might do that. I think I'm still going to do Jupiter. I think I'm still going to try to do the flush houses because I think that's fun long term. Here, Steel 6, I'm going to say we don't need. Could take the square here. We could sell out of Jolly and Shoot the Moon, or do we get rid of the riffraff? Are we done with the riffraff? Maybe we're done with the riffraff. What's here? Alright, go next. Snap off the 2, and then we can play... We could discard to try to find the gold card. I'm just going to play the high card here. We don't get Jolly, but we can square up a little bit. Makes us very safe in the short term. Alright. Constellation we can't take. Celestial Pack, we take a series card. Alright, now I'm looking for Strength and Death. Or World, I could make a gold... Could be a queen, maybe that makes sense since we have Shoot the Moon. One more reroll takes us to $28, that's fine. Take a Magician here. I guess we can make lucky aces. We can snap off the 2. Okay. High card here is going to score less points because we have the debuffed queen. That's okay. We could play 2 pair or king high. Okay. So we can go high card one more time for square. And then we can play the 2 pair, I guess. Alright, we got a lot of different directions we can go. We did it. Okay. Arcana takes me down to 33. I can buy both. Mega standard pack. I could take a purple jack. Purple Jack is good, but it makes it a little bit harder for us to do Grimboing if we're going to be discarding purple seals. I think Purple Seal Jack for the tarot cards, I'm going to take it anyway. That's like a solid long-term plan. I can make another gold queen. I can take Temperance for 11 bucks. Let's go gold queen of clubs. We already had the clubs debuff boss. Alright. Take the antimatter. Go next. Boss says face down after played. Okay. So I could remove the 3 of spades. Let's snap off the 4. And what happens if we play the pair? Okay, pair is 1,000 points. Let's play high card. Okay. Got the gold card, that's great. Not using our discards because of Grimbo means we won't be able to get our purple seals or gold cards as often, and maybe that's okay. Campfire is pretty strong, but I don't think we need that. Take another purple seal, maybe? Could take another purple seal. Yeah, that's fine. We got the trading card, that's fine. Trading card does cost us a discard, and that makes it harder for us to do the purple seals. But I think long term the purple seals are worth it. We can snap off the 5. We could discard the purple jack. We could play the high card first. We have the queen now. So if I'm going to discard, maybe I discard all these. Maybe I play the high card ace first. Now let's discard the purple first. Okay, so we got a glass card. I could make a glass ace. And then try to smash here. Now that we have Shoot the Moon, or now that we have the queens in hand, we score way more points. Okay. Standard pack here, I guess. Could take another queen for Shoot the Moon. Could take another king. I think I feel okay with the current rate of scaling where I don't need the queen. Could take a Baron here. Baron plus Shoot the Moon. Could take a free reroll here. Maybe Swashbuckler instead of Jolly Joker. I think I do take the Swashbuckler. Go one more. I could make a stone card. I'm potentially interested in that. Let's go next. Alright, so we can snap off the 8. We can discard the purple 3. We can play a hand first. I kind of like the idea of turning the purple seal into stone. Alright, now we can go... I could play high card, I could play the pair. Let's go high card first. We're going to draw face down cards, so now we can discard. Unless we have... Let's see here. If this has a good chance of being a queen. Maybe we don't discard it. Okay, so if that's the queen of spades, that means this is not a queen. And if it's not a queen, I can make it into glass. I could go glass ace here. And then play the pair. Cool. Hologram as a rental. Seems unnecessary and expensive. Boss says my hearts are going to be debuffed. That's okay. Pick another series card. That's okay. Alright. Hermit for 20 bucks, or I can use Death to make another gold queen. I can use Death to make another purple jack. I wouldn't mind having better jokers, but I kind of like having the purple seal too. So 20 bucks here if we want to try to get better jokers. Death to copy the purple seal. Let's go there. It's also a foil card which I can play in an emergency if I need to. Go next. Alright, we can snap off the 4. We probably want to discard first because we need to draw the queens. Now that we've used our discard, we can play a pair of 10s. Okay, I can make a gold queen. I can play ace high. We have plenty of money here, right? So we didn't need the hermit. Alright, we do use Celestial Pack. The last card we used was a devil, so if I get a fool, I'm not going to use a fool to copy a devil. Could go Jupiter here. Maybe the flushes are just not going to happen. Maybe we go Plutonium here. That's the hand that we ended up playing. We could go Arcana, could go reroll first. One more time. Alright, that's it. So I don't need to make more hearts. I can turn the 3 into another stone card and go next. Snap off the 6. We have the queens in hand, so I'm not at all concerned about winning. Or, yeah, we can win no problem. I want to maybe play one more hand and then discard purple. Okay, now we can discard the purples and probably the stone card. Maybe I keep a jack in case I get a strength card. Empress probably doesn't matter. What was the last card we did? The last card we did was the tower to make a stone. So I guess you could go Molt jacks, probably doesn't matter in the wheel. Play high card. Alright, we're down to 45 cards now. And the boss is still going to debuff my hearts. Okay. We take a free reroll here instead of the Swashbuckler. That's sick. Fool for Wheel of Fortune is going to be a no, but we could go Empress. We could go Standard Pack and Arcana Pack takes me down to 24. And then Trading Card brings it back up to 27. Could take a Red Seal 8. For our long-term plan of winning without any jokers, maybe Red Seal makes sense in that context. Let's take a Red Seal and see if we could do something interesting with it. We get a Death card here to make another Queen, which is not super exciting, but at the very least, if we make another Queen here, we can use Fool for another Death card. So probably we use Death on the purple jacks. Go next. So there's a purple jack. I can snap off a 5. If I... Probably I turn a 10 of hearts into purple. I could... We have the debuffed queen. I could play the 2 pair first, or just the pair, or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm supposed to get rid of the queen here. Okay, so it looks like that's probably gonna be enough points. Probably we're gonna be able to get there. I'm gonna do it now. Let's go 8 purple. I can discard purple. Okay, Priestess I don't need to use right away. World I am interested in. So probably I want to use World on my purple seals, but maybe using World on the 8 makes sense as well. Yeah, make a bunch of queens. And then this 8, that could be part of our flush house, maybe. If we go spades here. So let's go Priestess first. Plutonium seems okay. There we go. I want to play the lucky aces. Okay. I can play a pair of 8s. I could play the flush house and the flush house wins, but we don't need to do that. We have shoot the moon. Alright, fine. Does Chad do anything interesting for us? Boss says face cards are face down, that's okay. We have a Celestial Pack we can reroll. Last card I used was the World. So Celestial Pack here is okay, probably. Take more Plutonium. Spectral Pack we can reroll first. We'll take Plutonium again. Go one more. Alright. Ectoplasm -1 hand size. I think I don't want to do... I think I also don't want to onk here. So I guess just skip and go next. Alright. I can snap off a 3, I can snap off a 10. Maybe we remove the kings. Maybe my flush house is going to be aces, queens, and 8s. Those 3. Aces, queens, and 8s. So snap off the king. Or a 10. Maybe a 10. Okay, I can play Jack as a high card. I'm going to keep the 8 in case I get some interesting tarot cards. Okay, I can play the king as a high card. Now I can discard the purples. And keep the aces. Or let's discard the glass one. Maybe the glass we save until the very last hand. I'd like to use Justice on the red seal. Here we can play high card ace. Alright, so we got square scaling chips and we've got shoot the moon scaling molt. Even faster scaling than Grimbo. I can take another Celestial Pack. I have to keep remembering what's the last Plutonium. Okay, so Celestial Pack gives me... There's another series card for my end game plan. Standard Pack here could take a Polychrome 5. I have my Red Seal 8, which I can turn into glass. I don't really need a Polychrome 5. But we could. It's not too late, I don't think. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe the red seal is enough. Let's just skip here. Go one more. There's a hologram, which I don't think I need. I don't think I want that, even though there's a magic trick here. I don't want to flood my deck with garbage. Alright, we can snap off the 6. We probably should discard. Discard because I want to draw more queens here. Temperance is 13 bucks. We can spin the wheel first. I did draw the queens. Let's play high card jack. Okay. We can make that glass 8. We want to avoid breaking the glass 8, so I'm going to play the glass ace, which admittedly also has a chance to break. One thing I could do is I could do the pair of 8s and then draw a different high card as a way of throwing away the 8. This is okay, I guess. Ouch. Could go ace high here, could go pair of 8s. I want to play 4 cards, I want to make sure we square up. Nice. Alright. This boss says face cards face down. I want to get rid of my kings. Maybe it's too late now. Maybe if we sort by suit, we can try to find the queens of spades that way. Another justice card. Before we go spectral, let's reroll. Can't take the Chad. Could take a fortune teller. Fortune teller maybe has better scaling than Grimbo. I think I still keep the free reroll though. Oh yeah, we have antimatter. Alright, we can take a magician, I guess. Go one more. Northern Lion. There we go. So spectral pack first. Bonk and ectoplasm again. Bummer. One thing I could do is I could make the jack into glass. That way it's glass for the future, maybe. That seems okay. Skip the rest. Alright, could go 7 and 6 as lucky cards. Doesn't seem great, but no reason not to. Could make a stone card that's pretty good with Shoot the Moon. I think I'm gonna go... Steel also very good, but I think I'm gonna go Emperor. I'm looking for more of the deck building cards like the Hungman and Death. Alright. Bunch of face down cards. Snap off the 7 first. Then, sorting by rank here, let's go play these. So the first, these 2 are definitely queens. That means these other 4 are definitely jacks. We have a lot of jacks in the deck. I think I'm gonna go use the magician here. Discard all of these, hoping to get some purple seals. Ah, beans. Alright. I guess one of those could have been a queen. Let's get rid of the glass card here. Now we have 3 queens in hand. Okay. I can play a pair, throwing away the stone. That's it. 41 cards. Don't need Mercury. I am interested in seed money. This boss says extra large. That's gonna be tough. I could take these 2 celestial packs. I could save my money for seed money. Let's save. I guess I could use Luchador against the boss, but I think we can do it. I think with the leveled up flush house we might be able to do it. We can snap off the 10 here. We can discard 2 purples. Cool for a magician. Alright, we can hold on to that one. We can play Jack as a high card. Could play Jack with a stone. I could do a full house. I could do this pair. Let's go high card king. And I could play high card jack. I could play the pair of jacks. We do have the glass jack. I probably win with any high card here, so I don't need the foil. Alright, we might actually have a little bit of trouble in the next round. Okay, Jolly Joker, nope. Delayed gratification, nope. Let's go try a standard pack. Could take a steel queen. That's probably necessary at this point. A little bit late for Invisible Joker. Let's see inside the Spectral pack. We can't Hex. We could use Aura on... Could be a Jack. Could be the Queen. I think I'm going to use it on the Jack. Holographic Jack. Okay. I think I am fine in the next round if we play the stone cards and then we can figure out the boss later. I snap off the 9. I can discard 2 purple. I don't want the moon. I could use the moon to grow the fortune teller, I guess. Maybe use it here. I think I'm gonna discard the 2 purples and the glass card. Keep the stone. So I could use Fool on my queens. I could use, use Death on my queens. I could use Death on the steel card. I could make more of the holographic jacks and then play a flush house that way. I could just save Death for the red glass card is probably the safest move. Let's play the jack with the stones and we have all the queens. This should be a pretty decent hand. Alright, so that's 45,000 out of the 240 that we need. We should be fine for this round. In the next round, all we gotta do is draw the glass 8. Alright. If I get a temperance, I might use a fool for a temperance. Let's go reroll first. I could open the Arcana Pack first, and then that way I can try to use the Fool and the Death card. So Celestial Pack gives me stuff that doesn't matter. Maybe 4 of a kind. The Justice card. So if I'm going to play a flush house, could be a 10, could be an ace. I could make another steel card because of Shoot the Moon. Maybe I make a steel jack, maybe I make a steel queen instead. Do I want the glass ace or do I want the steel queen? Let's go steel queen. Okay. Take a series card. Cola. No, but I can take a chariot here. Could go one more. Could go flower pot. Driver's license eternal. I think we're good. So probably we have no queens right now. Probably the safe thing to do is not do the trading card here and just do a full discard. That's the smart thing to do. Okay, and we do have the 8, so if I want, I could just copy the 8 and then play the flush house and then get out of here. Maybe that's worth doing. Maybe we go... If I make 2 8s, I don't have a flush house yet. The way that we get the house is with queens. So maybe let's start there. I guess I could make 1 glass 8 and 1 holographic jack, and that works. I think I'm going to decline the purple seal value here. Alright, so I could go try to get the queen for the flush house. That's probably best. So Play the 2 pair. Maybe the glass card breaks. Alright. Let's go keep the 8. Maybe I throw the 8. I really do need one more queen out of 17 cards. So yeah, maybe we throw the jack out here. Got it. Okay, so stone card. Let's go steel 10. Death here. Use the fool and maybe death on the 5. There's your flush house. Alright, a little bit spicy there because of the wall, but we're fine now. We can go back to our chill, shoot the moon plan. Blackboard, I think, isn't going to work for us. We could reroll first. Cloud9, Mystic Summit, no. Okay, I want Clearance Sale, I want Celestial Packs. There's a series card. Boss here, we lose money. Could take another series card. And scoring wise, we should be okay here. We can snap off a 3. We probably need the discard here. So I don't think we get to do the purple seal value. I think we just need to draw the queens. That's not as many queens as I would have hoped for. So high card, 20,000. All right, maybe that's not that bad. Throw away an 8. We got 2 steel cards. Okay. Stone helps. Okay. And I guess I don't need all of these queens. As long as we have the steel cards. Okay, the next round we do need 160,000. We only have 39 cards in the deck. We can almost guarantee the flush house, but not quite. Fool on series, I think I just spin the wheel here. Holographic Northern Lion, that helps marginally. Pick the standard packs. I don't need more queens. I could take a queen of spades specifically. Could take a blue seal. Maybe it's too late for the blue seal. Do I want a queen of spades? Queen of spades could contribute towards our flush house. We only have 6 queens in the whole deck. Everything is depending on these 6 queens. I really need a strength card. Maybe I'm willing to take a queen of spades. Okay. Spirit card helps. Arrowhead, maybe we don't need. Phoenix. Alright. Should be fine here with the chariot card. We should be fine. We can snap off a 3. We can snap off an 8. Probably we keep the 8. Snap off the 3 here. And we can go make a steel queen. And then snap off. Just discard these purples. I could keep the stone card if I think it's necessary for points. Maybe I don't feel that it's necessary. I think with the 2 steel cards in hand. I'm gonna do it. Discard 2 purple. Fool for a chariot. Okay, I'm kind of okay with that. I could use the fool to try to save it for a death card, but maybe chariot's fine. We can make a steel queen. We can make a steel jack. Jack is probably better. Scoring wise, it's better. And we're up here. Alright, so that's 40,000. We get another steel card here. I think I'm not going to square up, just so that we can get the steel value. Right. 75,000 for that one. Boss says lose $1 per card played. Okay. Alright, we get the Chad. With the Chad, I should be able to win with just one glass card at a time. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Chad. Gold Seal 9 I'm going to have to pass on. It's good with the Chad, but we're close to the end. Maybe I take a glass Jack. My flushes are not very high level. I think I take the Chad here. I think we... For money, I think we keep Northern Lion. I think we give up the free reroll here. Rocket we don't need. Okay. Maybe I want Wrathful Joker instead of Northern Lion. Wrathful, and then we have the Chad, and then we play the Flush House. Maybe we get rid of Shoot the Moon. Maybe that's not what we're doing anymore. Maybe we get rid of the trading card if we're going to try to play the Flush House here. Maybe it doesn't matter either way. Could take Stencil. If we play the Flush House with the Chad, then we... Let's see here. Flush House. Drop the Fortune Teller. Take the Stencil. We could get rid of Square Joker. Do we need Northern Lion? Yeah, we can keep Northern Lion for the money and go next. Alright. So... I have the 8. I can snap off the king. Keep the 8. Discard the purple jack. Discard the 10. And the wheel. Alright, so I'm looking for... aces, 8s, and queens. Okay. I'm looking for 1 more 8 or 2 more queens. Should we go for the 8 or go for the queens? Probably we go for the 8s. Getting a little expensive. One more time for the 8. Might have been able to win with just the flush there. Anyway, here's the flush house. Put the glass card in front. I guess maybe we don't need the glass card in front. That was expensive. Cool. Alright, this boss debuffed until Joker sold. So we can get there. Grabber is great. Could take a free reroll. Cola? What does Cola give us? Could get a random rare, could get garbage, doesn't matter. Could go Lovers here on an 8 or Lovers on a Jack, I guess. Okay. Yeah, maybe Lovers. Arcana, I get a Fool for a Wheel of Fortune. So maybe I'm supposed to go Wild Jack and then actually copy the Lovers with the Fool. Right? Here could go Buffoon Pack. I guess maybe I don't need the buffoon pack. Maybe I don't want the buffoon pack, but the drunkard's pretty great. Alright, I think that might be it. So let's do a little re-rolling. Bummer. Oh well. So we get a world card. That's great. So with my world card, I guess I have the 1 jack. I think it's going to be jacks and 8s here. Go next. Alright. So trading cards out of here. Chad is out of here. Stencil. I'm looking for I'm looking for 8s and jacks, and I can keep, throw that out there. Okay, I want to use the world on this jack. I don't need to save the world for my spades or for my 8s. Go ahead and use the world here. Go ahead, discard purples. Sun and moon. All right. Discard again. How many more purple seals do I have? I guess technically I have enough purple seals. I should play high card here, or a pair of queens. I can discard this purple. Get an empress. Okay. I guess I can use the empress on 8 and jack here. Alright, but ultimately what's going to happen is I'm going to play my glass 8, so actually I don't need this 8. I don't need this jack. I do need 1 jack though. Okay. I have strength, which I don't need. So we play these 5, we draw the glass jack, that's it. I guess I could have held on to the steel card, but here's the hand. Get rid of the drunkard. So foil here, we got the red seals, easily wins. Alright, folks. About 5 million points there without any jokers. Obviously, we had help from the trading cards setting things up, but, you know, the final hand here, you just get a couple red seal glass cards, and then it's not a problem. Even without the red seals, if we just had the glass cards, it would be about 1/8 as much, and then maybe 1/8 as much is still plenty of points. This is a pivot that I haven't really done before. I don't think anyway. Oftentimes if I start out on flushes, I try to end on flush houses. Flushes, the Jupiter cards don't give you very many chips or molt, and so your flushes are going to scale relatively slowly compared to 4 of a kind or straights or something like that. So usually in the end game you're trying to play a lot of flushes, and maybe it's difficult to play a lot of flushes. Maybe it's difficult to play more than 2 or 3 flushes, especially on this higher stake where you have the -1 discard. But if you level up the flush house instead of playing 3 or 4 flushes, you just play the 1 flush house. And even a relatively low level flush house, even without the blue seal, even with just a few series cards, the flush house does a ton of points. And then it has such high level, let's say base molt, that you get a lot of benefit from the steel cards and glass cards more than you would when you're playing flushes. Flushes, if you have a lower base molt, you're not getting as much benefit from the glass card. Like, in theory, one benefit of playing flushes compared to playing pairs, you get to play 5 cards, 5 enhanced cards. But playing on the gold stake, playing on the higher stakes, your resources are restricted. You might not be able to get as many enhanced cards. You might not be able to get as many glass cards. We did okay here, and part of that decision was choosing to take these purple seals. We said, okay, I'm using the trading card is my first discard, and then I only have 1 discard left over, but still worth it to take the purple seals. Even with the green joker, which goes down every time we discard, still worth it to take the purple seals. We can play a few hands and then use the purple seals after. So like play 2 hands and then discard purple. Wait until you draw the purple seals before you discard them. And then so, because we invested in these long-term kind of value generators and also copying them with the death card when we had the chance, I used death to copy a purple seal instead of taking a hermit, so declining 20 bucks there. Because we made so many of these purple seals, we were able to build the more interesting deck. We were able to build the flush house deck, and that's the thing that I love the most about the trading card. Not just that it's powerful, being able to remove cards from your deck and getting you a little bit of money each round from the trading card, but just being able to build a more powerful deck on the back of that trading card. Even just if the thing that you want to do is shoot the moon, collect a bunch of queens in your hand, and then do the square joker or whatever it is, trading card is still useful in that context. So remove all the bad cards from your deck so that you have only queens, not just any queens, but you have these gold queens. Specifically, you have these steel cards when you need them. So, like I said, from the beginning, starting from trading card, this was never going to be a difficult run, but maybe it was at least a little bit interesting. So that's going to be 1 more deck. Now we've got a third of the way done. Gold stickers or gold stake on every deck. Without any stickers on any of the jokers. Someone asked me last time, we do the white stake runs, we do purely jokerless. The gold stake runs, we do these stickerless runs. I am playing off camera, I'm not recording it, but I am playing all of the stakes in between, because that's kind of the challenge, is to beat every stake on every deck. Not just the high one, not just the low one, but every stake on every deck. And someone asked, why? Like, you could just unlock all and you could just skip to the gold stake? Well, some of the runs are fun. They're not all super interesting, but some of them are fun, especially playing on the lower stakes. You can kind of dominate with high-level hands and not having to worry about scoring jokers, just swapping all of your jokers for these kind of silly value generators like egg and reroll and rebate. So, maybe I'm allowed to have a little bit of fun along the way. Take care, everyone.